All right, how's everyone doing? Looks like my audio is working. I sent out the links and whatnot. Shura needs to pay dearly. People are gonna be mad at Shura, but you know what? Just what villains do. They be bad. They do bad guy things. I am very curious whether or not like it's going to be confirmed in the next chapter if Witch's core is still intact, because obviously that's the big thing right now for her is if her core's still there, then her body's just damaged and they can fix it or just build her a new body. Upload her consciousness and her mind into a new host. But outside of that, sure stuff was cool. I thought it was funny that people were complaining like, oh my god, I can't believe Majima made this character Izuna like this way, but it's like she's clearly crazy. I mean, she hangs out with Shura. She has to be crazy. What's up, Bud? Reed Mashal? I agree. I want to know. Not really. I want to know. I want to see what that Order dude can really do because he's been hyped up, and I want to know like, does he have any crazy spells, or is it just going to be like high technique sand manipulation? Because that's good, but I expect him to have some hacks. It's been a while for Rax for a stream. Yeah, I've been busy. I'm hoping to get back on that soon. I've just been moving around a lot, driving a lot lately. And I'm hoping that's going to be coming to a close relatively soon. I did mention in my community tab, I'm planning at some point within the next couple weeks, I'm going to stream Half-Life. I usually do it like once a year. I at least play through it, but I'm going to play through Black Mesa, and that's going to be like somewhere between like 14 to 18 hours. I'm just going to play that game. I'm just going to I'm going to start the stream, start the game, and I'm going to play with as little of breaks as possible. I'm going to remember this time, because last time I got tired because I can beat the regular Half-Life in like 8 or 9 hours, but the Black Mesa is a little bit longer, and they had stuff like, it's a little bit tweaked, so there was stuff that I had either forgotten or because it was slightly a different of a game I didn't remember, or stuff that they added in. I'm going to be a lot more prepared this time. I'm going to have some nice coffee. I'm going to like get some more sleep before that. I'm not going to do it like after work, because like the last one, I think I got home and I'd been already awake for like 12 to 13 hours, and then I started playing the game like 8 hours in, and I was just like, I can't keep going, and I had to go pass out. Oh, what's up, the Jared Punch? What happened in that chapter? Are you talking about the fairy tale chapter? Freaking Selene got back on top. People were doubting her. People were doubting my girl, and guess what happened? So did you see the 325 chapter of My Hero? They might be setting up something for Imiko. Did I read the newest chapter? I'm trying to think. I actually don't even remember what happened. I'll probably reread it. I'm probably just not remembering anything what's going on. Haters hating on Eden Zero chapters. They just like to complain. Rex is, how are the kitties and how are you doing? Oh, my cats are good. I just saw one of my cats sleeping in a laundry basket in my room when I went in there to try and figure out where my headphones were. Well, actually, that reminds me. I gotta plug these headphones in. I gotta get a new charging cable. This one doesn't go in all the way, so it falls out super quick. So Rex, I'm happy to take my L regarding Selene. Yeah, you should. Selene, people were down Selene. Mishima wouldn't keep her around for no reason. Like, he definitely had a plan for her. Is the fan translation for the latest chapter out? I'm waiting for that. I don't think it's out yet. There's just information on the chapter. I actually, so this morning when I opened the chapter, I mentioned before, like there's usually parts in between arcs. They usually come like transitionary periods, or you'll get like a couple fun chapters, some like slice of life parts, just to kind of like build some little fun areas in between arcs. But before we got into the arc with Drasil, and then before we got to stuff with like Elentier and stuff, there was a little bit of general plot info before we ended up getting to those. Like, we saw Diablos the first time when we met Georg, and then we ended up getting Suzaku after Drasil. And it looks like now we're getting Georg finally off the couch and into the ground. I mean, I mentioned before, and I stay consistent with it. A character is... So I liked Georg. I liked his design. I thought his design was really cool. But facts are facts. When a character ends up trying to swing too high, and that character who's way up on decides not to take too kindly to that, this is what happens. Like I liked God Serena. I thought he was entertaining, and he had a cool design, and it was interesting that he had multiple Dragon Slayer attributes and stuff. But it's like, yeah, he wasn't going to win that fight. He shouldn't have got himself into that scenario in the first place whatsoever. And it's the same thing with Georg. He shouldn't have done that. Any character that's like that, where it's like you have a guy who just decides to go fuck around too much with a guy who is logically way stronger than them, it's just like, well, why? Don't do that. What's up, basically anime? How are you doing today? I'm hyped to see what Red Hood Volume 1 looks like. I want to know, too. I want to know what this mangaka's volume style is going to be like. Like, what exactly he does. Brings back Selene hype. Baby, let's go. Hell yeah, man. I've been telling people not to sleep on Selene. So Georg showed his power, like, fought me on him before he got wrecked by Selene. He ended up getting thrashed too much. He should have pulled out. He should have, like, used Dragon Force or done something. I think it's safe to assume he's dead. As much as, like I said, I liked Georg's design. I thought he was cool looking, and I was hyped for him. Obviously, I'm way more hyped for Selene. I think the idea of Selene taking over Diablos is like 100 times more hype than Georg just being like a cool bad guy that wants to eat dragons. I mean, that could have still worked, but he got overtaken by something far more interesting and far more valuable. And at the same time, like I said, you shouldn't do that. There's some part of the translations where he's like mocking Selene and her dead children, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? You're just putting yourself into full execute range, and guess what happened to him? Because dude got squished. Dude got squished. Georg got the Irene husband treatment. Yes, smashed by Big Dragon Lady. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I was a little sleepy earlier, and I was like wondering if I should make some coffee, but it was already like 2 something, and I wanted to stream at like 2:30, but I ended up doing my Eden Zero and Four Nights of the Apocalypse reviews and getting that all sorted out, and then I was doing stuff with my dog, and then now I'm here. So a little bit later than I wanted, but I am awake, so it should be good. As long as we keep the energy going in the chat and stuff, we should be good. So much hate for the Fire Force War. That's just by the people that have some weird vendetta against fan service. It's just like you don't have to read any of these series or watch any of these series with boobs out, dude. Who cares? It's weird that people get mad about that. I don't really see a problem. Like even the Tamaki stuff is like done in like a silly way that she ends up getting in some accident that makes her lewd. But it's like, how many series have there been out there where like a character trips like face first into some chick's big titties or something, or it's just like, dude, it's just they're not saying go and assault anybody. It's not to be taken like a serious real life problem. It's like it's just the fictional goofy part. Let's see, it would be funny if Selene take over Diablos. I'm hoping so. Tamaki fan service. Yeah, people get mad.